Master, for example. Which, by the way, be ready for those this weekend.
Orckish Bowmaster. We'll
Orckish,
see.
yeah. What do you
We'll
mean
see.
we'll see?
We'll
Everyone
see.
that pulls them is coming through, and that's right? You're going Saturday?
Yeah,
Everyone's pulling them Friday, Curtis.
we'll see.
Please be careful.
I
Don't try
don't.
to draw
I
too
don't
many
see.
cards.
I don't see the hype in that one.
Bruh. You know
Let me read
what
it
I
again.
realized?
Let me read it again.
Remember this. It's ETB and on whatever else it does. So on ETB, it can just kill a dork, period. Like always. It doesn't need to draw extra cards to do the rest. Like on ETB, if you're just playing like, oh, I want to flash ping people with this thing, like you can do that. Which I think is unnecessary as well. Because if like imagine Hull Breacher said ETB create a treasure, or when the opponent draws a second card after their first.
That sounds fair.
No, Hull Breacher's not fair, Curtis.
Hull Breacher should be unbanned.
No, no, oh my god, no.
I have so many copies of that card.
I have two as well. I still don't want it unbanned ever. Oh my god, never, ever, ever.
Quasar needs that back.
No,
I
it
need
does
that
not.
rant. Give
Trust
me
me, Pramicon was a different deck when Hull Breacher was legal.
that.
Because then I played like a wheel version of the deck instead.
Oh.
Like I was like, oh, I can play a little different. I can play just guy like Mean Greed.
I was thinking
But
about building Pramicon as a blink deck. Just blink
oh, that's
control.
he's a great blink shell.
Yeah.
Because then no one can attack you when they are like, yo, you're doing a lot of blink shit over there.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
thinking.
Pramicon, and don't you dare. And then when the heat comes on you, blink them, point it the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pramicon. Listen, I've thought of every Pram strat possible. I haven't built them. I can't. I'm not supposed to. But I have thought of each one. I thought of like, even though Pramicon directs combat, I thought about Pramicon like a combat deck. It
Oh, I
actually
feel
would
like
be,
that's good for that.
yeah, it actually would be a little too easy. I think in Jeskai now, there are too many like things that pay you off for attacking. Like you don't need like you used to need like green and black to have like a strong aggro strat, but now it's like, nah, it's actually just red, white, and then like splashing some blue. There's a lot of wild blue, I mean, is it cards that are like aggro cards, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah,
I was thinking about doing a Is It Spellslinger Pioneer deck. I just haven't gotten around to putting it together.
ooh, there are some is it lists floating around, I believe.
Yeah, when what is
You
it?
could play some
Karizev and Baral got spoiled. I was like, oh, I like
Kari and
this.
Baral are probably good. I think Balmore, the commander that I have built, I think Balmore is an insane card in Pioneer because he's 2 mana and then play a spell, buff the team.
Yeah,
And that's per every
actually,
instant and sorcery. He's nuts, dude.
yeah, I remember that game. What was it, Zada? And
Yeah, right. You got to see that happen. Oh
yeah,
my god.
I was like, oh, he's gonna win next turn.
That was fucking crazy. Yeah, Zada and Balmore are a match made in heaven, because then it's like, and then with certain spells, it just becomes a storm turn, because then you're like, target everything. Treasure, 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 draw, 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 draw. And then oh, another treasure spell. Treasure, 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 treasure. Make more creatures, give them haste. Treasure, 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 treasure. That's, yeah.
Bowmaster was made for Shieldred.
Yeah. I mean, you know where I'm putting it. You saw. It's going in Raven Man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, try to get it. Oh, I need to redraw cards because let's maybe discard a bunch of cards. Oh man. Ah, Lewis.
Man, I think maybe I have to find a spot for this in Quasar.
What? Of course you do. Ah, Curtis. Now you're understanding why it's going to be a problem because you're going to see one, it's ubiquitousness. You're going to be able to put this in whatever black deck. Truly, black is about punishment at times, and like that. This card is like such a fucking great way of punishing because
Dude, this
I,
is such
the
a
fact
stacks card.
the fact that it's like flick them in the head and then put a piece down to keep punching them, like that's crazy, dude. Like
Yeah.
amass one every time. Why? Just let me
Yeah.
ping the person. I don't need to make a
Oh, I
body.
didn't even read that far.
Yeah, bruh. It makes you a body
Yeah.
too.
This is gonna get banned in modern. It's gonna get
It's
banned.
they think people think this is gonna get banned in 9 months in Commander.
Possibly.
Like I
It's
don't
gonna go too
know.
fast.
That's
This
so because
is
like with
that's
Breacher,
oh my
I didn't
god.
think Breacher was gonna get banned. Did I want Breacher to get banned? Oh, absolutely. But would I ever have been like, we need Breacher banned? No, because I also looked at it as a play around thing where like,
Mm-hmm. You know it's
like you
coming.
just have to fucking deal with it, especially in CDH. But have you ever been in a game where there's multiple?
No.
And that's what made me go, I'd like to see the card banned actually. I played
What's
in a game and that game's recorded. I know it's on somebody's stream. 3 breachers were out. 3 breachers. The misery of like whose draws, I mean, who gets the treasure, and then like I'm not gonna pay for that Ristic, so then you can't get the like it turned the game into such petty unnecessary politics in like such a weird way because obviously you're playing CDH, everyone wants to win, but then
yeah.
like, oh, this guy has a Ristic who has a breacher against him or doesn't have first priority breacher. Get out of here. Stop talking, all of us. Can we stop talking? That's how it feels when there's a breacher on the board. Can we all just maybe shut the fuck up?
How about you? Shit. But
um,
yeah, I see. Man, I don't think it's worth its price though. I was I
what?
gotta I get alerts from Card Kingdom and they were like, "Hey, this is the last time to order to get your stuff this weekend." And I was like,
What for Bowmasters?
no, just like in general." And then I looked at prices and I was like, "Bowmasters like $50
No.
on Card Kingdom. It is. It's the most expensive single. It was
People are that's so stupid. I don't understand how anyone thinks anything in this set is going to be like really expensive for long because
everybody's
it's
opening it.
it's
Everybody
being
is.
opened by so many non-magic people.
Oh, this is the borderless one. It's $54.
That's still a lot for that's going to drop by half price
Oh,
in the first
easily.
weekend
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
probably by a quarter of that after. I don't see an extended art being more than like $10 of that for a bit at least.
What's
Maybe 15.
extended art might stay pricey
Yeah,
for people
they
trying
do
to
hold.
collect the
They
whole
hold.
set.
They hold a lot, you're right.
And it's like the it's the playmat. It's the art from the
Yeah.
playmat. Fuck. Yeah, I want a set, but let's see
Of
how much
I'm
the
not getting
for
a set.
the art for the playmat. The regular one is $37.99.
Oh D. That's not holding either. That's a $10 card.
Mm,
You think more?
maybe like 15.
I think that's a $10 card.
Look at you might be right. You
I
might
think
be
it's a
right.
$10 card.
Look at Op Agent and Void Walker. Void Walker is so underpriced.
How much is Voidwalker?
It's like 7, 8. It's under 10. And it shouldn't be.
You know what though? No casual player wants to play that card as much
Oh,
as
I played it.
Bowmasters. No. I'm not saying that. Like there are ultra casual players that won't even like glance at Voidwalker.
Mm.
And I think that's what keeps it at a cheap price. It doesn't have the spicy sexiness of a, oh, when they draw a card, I get to deal damage and I make a stupid little orc. Like that is such a level of petty bullshit that people want to dish out.
I
Like it's
think
so different.
Voidwalkers.
It's so, oh, it's so
I
crazy.
like Voidwalker better than Bowmasters, though. It's
Trust.
graveyard hate.
I
It's a
I
free
love
spell.
Voidwalker. I love Voidwalker. I'm not talking nothing on it. I'm just saying when it comes to a sexy card, if we're gonna talk about card design, right? Like we're gonna talk about things that make people go, ooh, that's hot. You know, like truly,
This does a lot.
Bowmasters is exactly that, even if it doesn't read as good as Douthie. Now, if
The
Douthie had
flash is so
Flash,
good.
yeah, I was
The
gonna
flash
say,
is
if
so
Douthie
good.
had Flash, we probably wouldn't. I don't think people would care. I think they would be like, yeah, I'd rather Douthie actually, you know, but that's not the conversation. And that's why this is being compared to Hull Breacher, because like holding up mana to do this instead, and now this is also 3 mana or 2.
Two. They're both
It's
two.
2 mana.
One of them
So
black.
what's OD about that
You can
is
splash it anyway.
you can splash it easier. Now, when someone's holding up the 2 mana, are they holding up 2 mana for this? Are they
I
holding
don't
up
think
2
so.
mana? But wait, now think about this, because now the options in black, if you're thinking of a black player, right? And if we're thinking high power slash like CDH, are they holding up 1 mana to then play a Dark Writ to play an Oppo? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
or are they holding up 1 mana to pay 3 mana into a, I mean, to get Dark Writ mana, and then are they gonna play Bowmasters? Or are they holding up 2 mana for a Cabal ritual so that
Mm,
they can play
both.
op agent? Or are they holding up 2 mana to just play this dickhead?
Mm.
Or you know what I mean? Like it changes a little bit of like your mental like math of like what is the black player doing now?